Cryptocurrency price news. Squid Game crypto surges 2,400% in a day after Shiba Inu on the rise and Bitcoin recovers. Desiree News. Shiba Inu coin has reached an all-time high. Should you invest? And we've got more. Where's my graphic? Oh, I don't have the graphic on there. Oh, the graphic's on here. Here we go. We have to wait for it. Dan, are you ready to talk about this issue? There's one more thing. Back in the old days of crypto, we used to do stuff like this. Crypto, big brain. We solved the Byzantine generals problem and created a global, decentralized currency. Crypto now. Coin has dog? Dan Eve, does this coin have a dog? Shiba Inu coin? Squid Game coin? What's next?
Well, the crazy thing about that article is that when it was written, like earlier today, they quoted $2.22, and the price now for Squid Game is $11.54. So it's just insane markets. Just imagine that if you'd have bought like $1,000, that would be worth $5,000 within a day. So definitely, I'm not saying go out and buy it. I'm definitely regretting it, because I did see it the other day and I was like, loads of dumbass people are going to buy that and it's going to moon, and it mooned, and they always do. They always moon. But I'm not sure whether it's affiliated with Squid Game or not. Maybe it's another copy like Kanye coin, when although the developers obviously had to pull Kanye coin. So I don't think it's like related to it, but fair play, very very clever, enabling them so much traction. Just copy a current viral series and then just make a load of money off it. And then if they get told they need to change it, they can just rename, and they've already got the traction and a user base. But when you think about it, like some of these coins are literally just a shareable NFT, right? They're just a collectible thing, just like anything else, but that is divisible. And Bitcoin itself is the most unique collectible ever, as well as being obviously the hardest of hard money. But if people like the idea of something dumb, like, they can buy it, Matt. That's the beauty of a free market. And if they think that if it's gonna go up in value, then people are gonna buy it, and we can't stop them. And that's DEXs make it even easier for people to buy without having a stupidity warning given to them. Like, at least some of the exchanges are like, "Are you really stupid?" when you sign up, and you've got to agree to these terms and conditions. Whereas like a DEX, you could just go on there and buy stupid. And so it's cool in a way, because it's like this limitless ability to buy something that's crazy and silly. But at the same time, it's dangerous for people that don't really know what they're doing and get stung. But at the same time, I know people that bought Bitcoin in 2017 at like $19,000 and then freaked out and sold at like 3,000. So, and their opinion of Bitcoin is worse than, say, of Squid Game, for example, because you can always buy at the top and sell lower. But yeah, crazy stuff. I wouldn't recommend getting into Squid Game, but I do regret not getting into it.
But the show's fun. Show's cool. When I read this article, I just think about disingenuousness. I think the whole article is full of disingenuousness from the Squid Coin people who aren't affiliated with the show, from the Shiba Inu coin people who are an obvious copy of Dogecoin, to the media themselves who always write this article. You can't just say, this random crypto account bought $8,000 worth of Shiba Inu coin last year. Now they're worth $5.2 billion, because if they tried to cash that out, it would crash the Shiba Inu coin market. I'm sure there are a lot of suckers. Maybe even some of these people can cash out, but most of them won't. Most of them won't be able to, because as soon as someone does, everyone else starts selling as well, and the whole triangle just goes down. So media, stop reporting on this. Stop multiplying things. Stop just making these claims. If the guy comes to you and he has the money and he says, this is my bank account, I made $5.2 billion on Shiba Inu coin, well, let's interview that guy. But if that guy doesn't exist and he hasn't sold yet, you can't just make these headlines and these clickbait articles about how much money you could make by Shiba Inu coin. The most tiresome headline that I read as a Bitcoiner is, if you had invested $1,000 in this coin on this day, you would have this now. I'm tired of it. You do it every 3 months. every kind of coin. If the value's up, you do it. If the value's down, you do it. And it's always the wrong advice. It never helps anyone. It's never like Bitcoin is transformational technology and it just takes a while. It's always like, you could have made it or you could have lost it. Josh Shigala, can I sell you a Shiba Inu coin or maybe some Squid Game?
Years ago, years and years ago, I remember saying, hey, you know, the whole fight is always, is Bitcoin going to be the only one? And I don't think it is. I think there's going to be a few major currencies around the world, a few major cryptocurrencies. And it might be also depending on region, like maybe in Asia, like Litecoin or something like that. Or, but I think like maybe the standard, what we're working on might be the standard in terms of stable coins. Who knows? But what there will be, I guarantee it, will be a circus of casino nonsense that will always be there. And it'll just be this mess of a billion different brand names. And just like the stock exchange, that a lot of stocks, they don't hand out dividends. And so the stock and the stock price and the actual company don't really, there's nothing really tying them together. It's just the thought of owning something part of a company. There's no dividend, remember? So you can make a brand and tie it like a coin, and it might trade on something or other. And this is the same for, you know, you mentioned Kanye coin all those years ago. And so you could make any coin and just tie it to the brand, and people go, oh, in fact, that's why Bitcoin Cash, BitConnect, that's why BitConnect went really crazy a little bit, because they had the wrong ticker. People were like, is Bitcoin Cash going to be BCH, or is it going to be BCC? And then, of course, everyone went, BCC, what's that? You know, and then that drove that thing up. So there's all this speculation and this weird, strange circus underneath is always going to be there. But it's really a gamble. It's a gamble, just like a coin toss. Yeah, you might make it. You might make some crazy thing. Probably not, because even if you make it, human psychology is, oh my God, I'm not letting go of something that's going up, up, up. So unless you're a hardcore trader who's very cold and calculated and goes, right, I've made 3x, I'm selling, even though it might go 20x, and go, yeah, I made 3x. Instead, we're like, I'm going to hold on forever. And then, oh, well, you know, I'm in a casino coin, and I held to the death. So, and that's what most people do.
We call those people winners. Denial is not just a river in Egypt. Shiba Inu coin is a copy of Dogecoin. Lamar Wilson, would you buy that for $1?
No. It was funny because we've been around so long that we saw Dogecoin when it first came out, and it literally was just a joke. And it was fun to mess around with and play with, but I don't think anybody looked at it as being some form of investment. And now you have a lot of these people that are looking at these as a form of investment because their cousin Earl told them they made $100 last night. And granted, most of it is on paper. Most of it is just them looking at their wallet, seeing that the price went up. And they're like telling everybody, oh, I made all of this money. Not realizing that there's a thing called slippage, like you were talking about earlier, that when they try to actually sell it, that it's gone. And so just understand, like Joshua said, it's a casino. And that if you treat it as such, understand the same thing that happens in a casino. You're probably more likely to lose all of your money than you are to make it the longer you stay in it. So if you made some money, don't be like your cousin Earl and keep holding on to it and think that the money on the application is the thing that you've made. Make sure you cash that thing out and go get you some Bitcoin and quit playing around in the casino so much, because you wouldn't tell people to walk in the casino and take their savings and their paycheck and put it on black. So please stop walking around telling your cousins to buy Shiba Inu and Squid Game and all of these other ones, because only a few people are going to win. It's just like the lottery. They say somebody has to win. It might as well be you. Well, the truth that always happens is somebody has to win, and it's never you. So just realize you're not going to make a lot of money doing this, and that it's really a gamble, and it's a true bet. Understand it for what it is. And if you want to play around and have fun, hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your own money. So